guys, I am Joe Duckelmeyer with Screen Rant. We are here at Comic-Con 2023. I was going to say 2022, but we are here at Comic-Con 2023. I am joined by Casper Kelly, animation legend for Star Trek animated shorts. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit. Star Trek is celebrating its 50th year in animation. Can you talk to me about how the franchise has evolved with the general audience and the animation side?
Oh my gosh. Well, yes. So, you know, obviously there was the original Star Trek live action, and then that got canceled too soon. And then they were able to do the animated show, which is almost like a sneak season 4 and 5 of the original series. And then there was that gap, and then Next Generation, and then another gap. But now we have this wonderland of multiple shows, like Discovery with arcs, and then Strange New Worlds that's more of has arcs, but is more of a episode by episode. And then obviously Lower Decks is a whole new thing that is bringing in new audiences, but has plenty of Easter eggs for the hardcore fans as well. And so it's just a great time for Star Trek.
Yeah, I was just talking about this yesterday, but we're seeing a huge resurgence in Star Trek popularity, starting with Discovery. We got, like you said, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, Prodigy. There's so much in the Star Trek world now. Can you talk to me, though, about your Star Trek animated project?
Absolutely. So I am doing 5 sort of promotional, they're making me say promotional, shorts that are like 3-ish minutes, a little more, a little less, originally scripted, and I'm writing them with Claire Friedman and Aaron Walke, and they're very fun. And I was talking to Alex Kurtzman about, you know, because he's a fan of my Adult Swim work, and he was a fan of these Wonder Twins shorts I did where things go very badly for the Wonder Twins. And so I was like, what can I do with this? And he's like, just go for it. You know, he's like, these are experiments. Like, just, if you want to try something, try something. So there, you know, you tell me, but there may be things that you normally wouldn't see in Star Trek. But of course I'm a fan of Star Trek, and I want to be faithful to that as well. But we're trying some stuff.
Now, talk to me about the tone of your animated Star Trek stuff. Is it going to be more like the Lower Decks type of stuff, or something different?
That's a good question. Lower Decks is great. I think the comedy style is a little different. If this is a horrible analogy, if Lower Decks is like Seinfeld, maybe this would be more like SNL or Always Sunny, something like maybe a little in that direction. That's a horrible analogy. You're going to watch these and go, what the hell was he talking about? That isn't accurate at all. But what I'm trying to say is they're a little bit different comedically, tonally. I can't speak now.
Listen, it feels like we're in day 25 of this Comic-Con, so I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Now, what does animation bring to Star Trek that the live action really can't?
Well, I think it allowed in the original series. Oh, that's an interesting question. I think in the original animated series, it allowed them to do some things that they probably never had the budget to do in the live action series.
Sure.
Like that holodeck sequence in an ice storm. That'd probably be hard to pull off in live action. And then they're different mediums, and they have different advantages. Which I know is very vague. So it's good to have both forms for Star Trek these days. And one other thing I'm going to shoehorn in here is, and I was thinking about this, what makes Star Trek so special, maybe even more now than before, is that it is a hopeful view of the future. There are a lot of problems, but it's a show about solving the problems and trying to make things better. And in this world where most science fiction is dystopian, I think that makes it even more special.
Now, obviously, you're a Star Trek fan. If we got Discovery, and I think that was a great jumping on point for a new audience, what do you think if a new audience were to discover Star Trek, where would you start them off?
Well, definitely with these shorts. the shorts that no, these shorts are hopefully designed for a cat, and Alex Kurtzman wanted these to appeal to a casual fan, and they're going to be available on social media or Instagram, whatnot. We're figuring that out, but things like that, we want people to see them. As far as Lower Decks is hard to not, that's a pretty good one to recommend as far as for someone to jump in.
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
You've seen my shorts.
You gotta
please watch my shorts. I
watch
want to
the
make more
shorts.
of them. They've said maybe I will get to make more of them, so please support them.
What, can you tease what characters we're going to be seeing in the shorts?
Oh, I'd love to. I'll do what's even less than a tease. So you already know that we're getting Saru and Riker and Quark, and I've gotten more lined up, but we can't announce it yet for a variety of reasons. But I'm very excited. One person was like, "I'm not sure if I want to get back into this game," and I had to write like a long fan letter to persuade him to do it, and he is. And I'm also bringing in some people that have never done Star Trek, actors that are excited to do it. So
that is incredible. You know what? We're going to see a Star Trek Lower Decks and Strange New World crossover. Talk to me about that, because that's pretty cool that we're combining the animation with the live action now.
Yes.
Are you excited for it?
I'm very excited for it, and we are doing very similar things with the shorts too, and with the comic book I'm doing. I'm having fun colliding just characters from the whole universe, and that's what I love to do. So
let's talk about the comic book for a second, because that's going to be dropping at New York Comic Con, if I'm not mistaken. Can you talk to me a little bit about the comic book and what we can expect from it as fans?
Yes, it is it's sort of done in the style of Jonathan Case is the artist. He's wonderful. And it's done a little bit in the style of the animated series combined with sort of the 1960s Gold Key Star Trek style. It's a little homage to that. And the crew is investigating a rogue Federation scientist who has a crazy theory that all of their reality of their universe, that he believes that they're actually in a 1970s animated cartoon, and he's trying to prove that theory, and things go very wrong from there.
That is incredible. That sounds so much fun. Now, do you think we could ever see an Adult Swim esque Star Trek live action series?
Oh, from your lips to God's ears, my friend. There is discussions of maybe me doing more live action. Yes. So yes, that'd be awesome.
Who's your favorite captain?
Oh no. Oh.
Mine is Jonathan Archer. I feel like that's the look on your face kind of was like, really?
No. That's not my look.
Okay.
I think I gotta go with Kirk, just because that's the first one that I love them all. And when I was a child, I've said this story, but I'll tell you, I told my mom I was changing my first name to Captain Kelly, and to be like Captain Kirk. And my mom was like, that's a title. That's not a name. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You just call me Captain.
At all, does your mom call you Captain at all at this point?
Maybe for a day. She's nice. She's a nice mom.
Look, Star Trek has been around for over 50 years. Can you talk to me? Why do you think it's so relevant even now to this day, and has such a strong fan base? It's been going for the last over 50 years.
That's a great question too, because I remember watching. It just blew my mind. It excited the hell out of me. There was nothing like it on TV, and it just excited my imagination. The ideas in it are mind blowing. The characters you care about. It's just the perfect package.
It is. Now, I got to ask you about Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
Thank you.
Because we've seen everything from live action to animation. What is next for that, if anything at all?
I don't think there's anything going on with that right now.
From my lips to God's ears?
Yes, and never say never, because Aqua Teen was gone, and then it came back, and then they came out with a movie. So, knock on wood, maybe something. I'm hope. Yes. Are any executives there listening to greenlight this?
Now, look, we are obviously at San Diego Comic-Con, and going down to the convention floor is always a big thing. Is there anything for you that interests you as maybe a collector or something you want to pick up on the floor?
Yeah. What do I want? There's a bunch of stuff I want. I'd love some Bill Sienkiewicz art. I would love. I can't afford it probably, but old pulp art cover, and I also weirdly like old Bob Montana Archies. I just love the looseness of his style. That's also probably out of my price range, but I'll be on the hunt for that.
You know, I have one last question for you. What Star Trek series or character really drew you into the franchise? I mean, you kind of mentioned Kirk.
I think but I think also just as a awkward kid, Spock and Data brought me in. Like, I could relate to that of like, I don't understand these emotions. Why are you acting this way? It's sort of a metaphor for adolescent awkwardness in a way, in some ways, you know. So I always was drawn to them.
Well, Casper, I can't thank you enough for stopping by. Thank you so much for your time. Cannot wait for these Star Trek animated projects to see it. And maybe we do get the live action, you know? Maybe.
Yes.
Thank you
Alex?
so much, Casper. I appreciate
All right,
it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.